Hello, my lovelies. I'm Jenny O, the author with no last name, and this is continuing our Let's Play of Eastshade. So last time, we had made it to the Kestrel's RV before it was late at night, and we had met with a cartographer who was out of ink. We have somebody who wanted a painting of a bird that goes hoot hoot. So let's continue our explorations here. And I decided to take a rest. So it's now around 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's all sunny outside. Look at that. How lovely that is. Here we are at Kestrel's Eyrie at the end. Going north, and we need one Inky Cap to be able to get some ink, and we can get a map. A map! I love maps. I mean, I do. I love maps. It's just one of those things. So maybe as we go north here, down the path, we'll be able to learn what's out here. We'll find, oh, look, another Inky Cap. Alright, so we found the ink for the cartographer, but let's keep going, you know, because why not? So there's some couple people over here, and so this does have some really kind of lovely lighting here in the early morning. It's nice and shady out. So they're sitting over here. Oh, they have a fishing rods. They must have gone fishing and decided to come sit up here on the cliff with their breakfast. They're a couple owl people. Maybe there's some fishing spots nearby. Why, they're there. Let's get back to the path. Back to the path. Oh! Oh God. And I really like the grass here, the long grass here, because it reminds me of the grass that I grew up with around the home, we would have the back of my house where we had what's called cross lots between my house and my grandparents' house. And at my and there would be a lot of like tall different grasses like this, because there was a lot of little fields, even though we were in a town. My grandfather had like these potato fields and everything, so, you know, there's a lot of little grasses. So, yeah. And, oh, some cattails. We can collect those cattails. I wonder what we're gonna do with them. Ooh. Can we do something with them, or are we just gonna stop? So this trail leads to, oh, a beach. Look at that, a beach. Oh, and a nest with some more eggs. See, we might need those eggs for something, even if it's just, you know, pretend to eat them. So this is the Seltspring Coast. Look at that, and oh, we can see the city over there. And the water coming in, and there's a little sandbar. And the grasses continue. Oh, and here we have somebody walking back and forth. I always forget to turn up my volume. Alright.
Oh, hello. I'm not really in the mood to talk with anyone.
Oh dear, what's wrong? Okay, what are you doing and what's wrong?
I lost something really important. It was like the key to everything. I just can't believe I lost it.
Oh dear, Helen. What was it?
My amulet. I don't know how this happened. I just wanted to look at it, but now it's gone.
Not good.
Sorry. I don't feel like chatting right now.
Okay. Do we have any preference? Nope,
Sorry.
He has nothing.
I don't feel like chatting right now.
Alright, so he's lost his amulet. I don't really see anything. You see anything? Nothing to interact with. Well, we'll see what we can do about finding his amulet. If it's around here, if it's around someplace else, maybe there's something we need to do. So, I read an article about this game, back from when it kind of first came out, and they spent like 5 years working on this game, you can tell. Okay, these are also some really cool rocks. These round rocks, which there's an actual geological reason for this, which is, and I can't remember what it is, but it's so cool that they've included these rocks. And they spent about 5 years on this game, and their concept for the game was they just want you to take your time and explore and discover things, which, you know, I think they did a really good job with that. This is, you know, look, there's a wrecked ship out there, another wrecked ship. Wow, there's lots of wrecked ships in this area, aren't there? And, you know, you can walk down in the water a little bit down here before it gets a little too deep. And I think, you know, I really think they did a good job. Oh, here's a waterfall. Isn't that pretty? And there's some steam here on the water. Oh, can I get up here? Oh, what is up here? Come on. Let me up. Let me up. Space is jump, by the way. So, we have discovered a hot spring. And this has given us a little more inspiration. We love the little particle effects. And we can sit in the hot spring by pressing Control. Oops, Control. Alright, my sitting is not working right now. So if you sit in the hot springs, you will get more inspiration. Just a little bit, not a lot. You can look around. Alright, Control stands you back up. So Control to sit, Control stand back up, or crouch, whatever it is. It's really hard to tell because you're first person here. And there is a path here to the hot spring. And so that's what's down in this little side of the area. Maybe there's something else over here. Let's head towards where the city is. Maybe there's something towards the city. And we can get our first good look at this city. Like, what type of city is this? What kind of neat things are the city people doing? Let's hit R here, so I don't have to keep holding down my arrow key. It's kind of a problem with my control key. Though when you do hit R, if you do see something to collect, you're going to have to unhit R and collect it, everything. Oh, there's some sort of tower over here. There's a tower. So here's the first really good view of the city. There's a big couple dome buildings. It's got a little wall around it. It's built high up on this island, so it's really very defensible, actually. I kind of like that. You know, think if you want to think about, and it's got some terraced gardens around it. I don't know what they're growing. And over here is oh, R. Stop. So here's the river here, and we can. Interesting. What's going on? I thought there was a water reel down here. Oh, there it is. It suddenly popped in. Holy crap! I have not had that happen before. So yeah, the water rail just kind of bumped right in there. So they have this bottom of the river here kind of dammed off a little, and a water rail going to power something up in the city that we don't know what it is. And then there's this tower over here, and it has a rope going over to the city. Like maybe if we had something, contraption with a belt or something, we could go right along that rope and have a quick walk into the city. But we don't have that. We don't have that right yet. If there is some sort of way to do that. But let's go look at the tower, get a better close-up view of the tower here. Up the hill, through the grass, around the rocks, through the bushes. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. Ah, there's the stairs. So here we are at this tower. This is called the East Tower. Oh, more inspiration. Yay! How inspiring. And we can get a better view of the city so that we can open the door and go up to the top. And, you know, it's still early in the morning, so the sun is still on one side of the planet. And there's the city over there. So there's the city on its terraces. It kind of has some water reflecting off in areas. And there's a little kind of building there. It's nice. Nice. And you can look off over the forest. Alright, let's get out of here. I really do like the architecture of this tower. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty tower. And well, before we go back up to the Kestrel's Armory, let's see anything else over here that's interesting. No one around. Oh, another mushroom. We will be able to give photographer lots of ink. Oh, and there's this little place down here. What's this? There's a couple people sitting down here. Oh gosh. More goals. More people reading. Or just sitting and relaxing. How sweet. Oh, there is a person. So lots of reading people in this world. Lots of books. I love it. Just love it. Lots of books. So let's go give our Inky Caps to the cartographer, and we're gonna get a map. Yay, maps! I love maps. Oh, branch. Always could use a branch. Hopefully we can find some place to sell some of these branches, or, you know, and pick up some art supplies. Instead, there's an art supplier in the city, so if there's an art supplier in the city, we can get Sahara her own canvas, and I'll stop feeling like I'm being a mean person by not giving Sahara canvas. Alright. So, the photographer's upstairs. Up the stairs. No! Ah! Sometimes. This is why I cannot run it on higher stuff, because it makes working around that much more difficult.
Have you by any chance found those Inky Caps yet?
Yes, I have, Miss Cartographer. I have 5
Great.
of them.
I've just put the final touches on your map. I hope it serves you well.
Thank you.
See you.
So, we use M to open the map. And yes, it gets very tiny, but we are... And it only highlights places you've already been. So, if you have the right type of tea, you can actually map travel. Isn't that so cool? So the Great Shade with the big tree, the Blushwood Forest, Westerly Woodlands, Tiffmore Bluffs, and Nava. And the Restless Reach, Ocean's Last Breath, up into the northerly reaches here, which is not on the map. You can't kind of walk there. So having our map can be very handy if we're... Whoops, we just shut the door, didn't we? We shut the door and tried to walk into a wall. Oopsie. Well, so it's still early morning. Let's go down back towards, since we can't get to the Nava from this way, let's continue our explorations. See if we can get to Nava at some point. Alright. Victor is still hard at work. And man, that is a very big tree. And it has water coming out of the basement. How strange. Alright. Over the stone pathway, because this is nice bubbling brook. So this is the Great Shade. And if I remember correctly, we have Mother's last wishes. Mother always wanted me to visit Eastshade. She wanted me to paint 4 places in the island. A giant tree. I think this qualifies as a giant tree. So let's make a lovely painting. And it looks so nice with the light coming in behind it. So let's go to tab up to, we don't have any canvases right now, I don't think. No. So let's make a canvas. And we're gonna paint the tree. Alright. Adjust the cropping. E to paint the tree. Painted the tree. So we have painted one of Mother's memorial paintings. If you painted one of most beloved places, to keep it safe, preserve her memory in the painting menu. So kill us P, and then we go over here and we press on the glowing thing, and we can set this painting to be saved to the glowing thing. And we have now 10 inspiration. Isn't that great? So if we look at our map tells us that we can go past this area, and this area has a couple different, like there's some roads, a couple different roads. But we need to get to Nava, and we need to find an owl that's huge. Oh, look, and now the eclipse is going on. So, but there's a couple people over here having a picnic. Oh! And some weeds. Let's get rid of these weeds. No weeds. Weeds are bad. So a couple people having a picnic. Oh, Inky Cap. Mushrooms. Might need those. Never know. You can walk around besides the great tree here. And, collect things. Just remember to make sure you're not collecting the black thistle. No black thistles. But, if you definitely need roots because you need a lot of twine. We're going to eventually make a tent. We're going to need some twine. Yes, we got twine for the boat. And there is a tree house. We're going to have to find some way to get into that tree house somehow. Oh! Look, there's another tower over there. So that tower has a rope to get to the tree house, and then there's a rope down from the tree house. Isn't that cool? Alright. Yeah, oh! And there's an owl. So let's see how close we can get to this owl. We don't want it to fly away. And then we can paint this owl, because we had someone who wanted the painting that went hoot hoot canvas. And there's more than one owl. This was not where I saw the owl before. Okay, so we can crop down onto the owl. Move in a little more, I think. Alright. E, paint the owl. That actually looks really cool. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to paint it again. Yes, the owl just flew off. But Anika wanted the painting of the owls. Now we have a painting of the owls, and that's so cool. Right. And a really good lighting too. The eclipse lighting made that look really nice. I think, having the moon behind it right there, the thing, that was really cool. So I hope Anika likes it. I mean, I like it. So some roots and some scragweed. Go talk. Some of these pretty blue flowers that we can't collect. Let's see if we can find the road again. Oh, some more roots. Scragweed. Some mushrooms. Oh, and a branch. Find the road again, or is this off one section of the road? Scragweed. Oops. I think we're still a little off the road here. We're on one section of it, I guess. I think we found a section of it. That's cool. Alright. So, yes, if you can't find the owl, listen for the owl. Turn on your ambient sounds and listen for it, because the owl did go hoot hoot. Alright. So, I think I just came upon it a different way. So Lindau is that way, and Nava is this way. So let's... There we are. Oh, and here's... Oh, I know where we are now. So here's a little building. Let's go inside. Has an open door. Why not? Oh, we've got a book, couple books, a candle. Dear Victor. Well, this must be Victor's house. How I have missed you. Only 3 months into my journey, and a large part of me wonders if it was utter folly. I can't help but think of all the work you're doing in the shade without my help. Your dedication to the park is what inspired me to set out in search of my dearest passion. But what I found is the world feels smaller without you by my side. Even for all the endless islands and new cities, I still find myself wishing to spend an evening by the fire with you. And so I have decided to return early. I had planned to surprise you, but couldn't wait. The world is beautiful, but even still, the vision of you is the one I cherish most. With love, Nils. P.S. I look forward to hearing about the birth of the water fox kits. They'll be nearly full grown by the time I return. Well, Victor will eventually have his friend back. That is nice, even though he seems to be a little mad at them. Adventure Lifestyle Magazine. Okay. Building a campfire. A campfire is a handy tool for those wishing to brave the cold nights of Eastshade. Build one to cozy up your campsite and brew a nice cup of tea. In this issue of Adventure Lifestyle Magazine, we'll teach you how to light a fire of your own. Simply follow the schematic included here to light a roaring fire, sure to keep your evenings comfortable. Strap on your boots, adventurers, because the first step is collecting... Oh. Wow. Talk about leaving right off in the middle of a paragraph. So, fellow adventurer, new paragraph. Fellow adventurer Lisdale shares the tale of his first time building a fire. Well, I'll never go back to sitting in a cold dark again. I end up smelling like smoke, which wasn't my favorite thing. But you can't have a good camping experience without a toasty fire. Okay then. So we now have a new recipe in our book. So how to build a cozy fire. So we need 4 sticks. If we want to build the tent, we still need 5 twine. So 5 more twine. 5 more twine. Alright. That's good. We can now build a fire to put outside our tent. But let's see. And we're getting closer to the city. Isn't that cool? Oh, here's a carter. An owl guy just standing there looking kind of grumpy.
Need a lift?
No, thank you.
All right then.
Alright, so that guy can take us back to Lindau. And there's a bear standing here.
Ah, yes, a newcomer. May I see your reference letters, please?
Reference letters?
I'm afraid if you're seeking passage into Nava, you'll need 3 reference letters from citizens of Eastshade, signed and sealed.
How do I get references?
Well, you need to find people who are willing to vouch for your character and writing. Since you're a newcomer, you'll have to make some friends in the country. Will that be all, then?
Why?
It hasn't always been this way, but lately we've been getting more newcomers than usual. We don't want to be unwelcoming to new folk, but we are trying to have some measure of security.
I suppose.
Will that be all, then?
What do you know about... Nothing.
Will that be all, then?
Yes. Apparently that's all.
Stay safe now.
Thank you, Hefe. Okay. So, we need 3 letters of mark, and we only know 3 people in the country, so let's head back. Oh, man. How funny. But hey, we have helped Victor with the water foxes. Look, another. And we have helped the cartographer with her map. So maybe she'll give us something. And we have a painting for Nika, so maybe she'll give us something. I don't know if they would accept a letter from Bojan or the botanist guy. But those 3 are closest, so we'll try them first, and then see if they're willing to give us letters for reference. It's such a pretty little area with a little bridge. Does she want to paint it? Alright. So, Victor.
Hmm?
Yes, Admission into Nava.
Sure, I can vouch for you. You really got me out of a pinch there with that water fox.
The power of reading. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for being so helpful. Because we know the cartographer works out of Nava most of the time. And we also know that Anika works out of Nava. So it's not like, you know, they aren't in and out all the time, and they were so kind to help us. Alright. To the end. Do. How many newcomers are you getting if all your ships are crashing on the shore?
Thanks again for the Inky Caps. I can finally get some work done now.
Thank you. But, I need to get into Nava, so will you help
For a
me?
friend like you? Of course. Enjoy the city.
Thank you. I will. Bye now.
Safe travels.
Oh yes, very safe. No picking up black thistles, very safe. Time to leave. Alright. What time is it anyway? It's 3 o'clock. I don't know if we're going to make it back in time, but if it's close to 4 or 5 by the time we hit this area on the way back, we'll head to the Array for another night of rest before going to Nava. So don't pick up thistles. Ignore the thistles. Alright. This is one area of the game that you cannot avoid backtracking. You really do have to go talk to, you know, you don't know, they're not going to give you the letters of marque until you actually know you need the letters of recommendation. Why I call them letters of marque, I don't know. I think that had something to do with sailing. So, I wonder just how many ships have they been losing on the shore. Maybe they need to put in some better lighthouses or something. Better way for people to go through. Alright. I have your painting.
What? You painted that owl? Can I buy it from you?
Of course! Yes!
This is great! Ooh, ooh.
Alright.
Is this too many glowstones?
She gave us
I wouldn't
30,
know. I've never bought a painting before.
which is about 10 more than everybody
You've
else.
got a real ear for birds. Let me know if you ever need anything.
Well, I do happen to need something. Admission!
Ooh, for a friend like you, of course.
Thank you! Thank you. Glad you
Bye
liked
now.
the painting. Thank you. So that's all we can now get into Nava. So let's run as fast as we can. Get R here. And hopefully we can make it to Nava before nightfall. And taking the sights as we run. There's another pathway up that way. It just leads to the Eastshade again. Oh, I don't know when I started this, so I don't know exactly. 2 o'clock? So, over the bridge, over the river, and through the walls, to Nava we go. Our feet know the way. Okay, we don't have a sleigh here, so Filking done. But we do know the way. We just need to. Oops. Yes. Yes. As you see, the roots and things will respawn. Sometimes you just need things. So a little bit off the path for a second. But here we are. Ah, almost there. And that is a very big, very round bridge. Very nice. Lots of work went into it. Probably by bears. Well, you know, others could help too. Alright, so it's getting a little late. What time is it? It's almost 5. So we'll be able to talk to a couple people before we have to find an inn.
Do you have your references in order?
Yes, I do. Give her the references.
Yes, it appears everything is in order. Go right ahead, then. And welcome to Nava.
Thank you, Effie. So here we are, our first view of Nava straight on. Right here at the top. And this is a lovely view. I mean, I think you can see the blushwood from over there. Oh, there's a balloon. A balloon. So neat. And then the more terraces on this side. And the little building. So this is some lovely lighting as the sun is going down. But we shouldn't stay here too long. Because, you know. And the monkey women holding bowls and pitchers. And some waterfalls. And yes, you're gonna notice that the stuff kind of pops in. Because I'm playing on low. But I can't be mad about it because I am playing on low here. And look! Oh my god, look! There's a fountain with somebody with a monkey guy. Probably some sort of a monument to somebody important. And the tarnished teapot. Maybe it's an inn. Now we were supposed to find the bear. See, he was supposed to be here somewhere. Where is he hiding? A sitar player! Our wandering sitar player. Ah, I think this is the bear friend. And that might be his brother over there. Okay.
You made it to Nava! You still have the pastries, right? Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yes, I do.
Okay, my brother's sitting at the table right outside the bakery. I'll go over to him first, then you follow behind. Remember, make him think you're a normal delivery person.
Got it. Alright, let's follow him. Let him get over there and sit down. Don't let him, make him think that his brothers think that, oh, this is just a normal day. Oh, man. This is just so something siblings would do.
Can I help you?
Hello, Sergio. I have a delivery.
Good. I've been expecting a delivery. Give it here.
Give pastries.
It looks like someone's rifled through these. They're a little crushed, too.
A little crushing isn't gonna ruin the tangy, sublime, gorgeous taste of raspberries. Ugh!
What's happening to me? This is the most revolting, sickening. This flavor. Grape! My tongue! It'll never be the same! What despicable baker would make an error so unforgivable?
I'm just a delivery person.
Neo, this my brother's idea of a prank? Poisoning a person's taste buds with the most repulsive flavor ever invented? It's hilarious. I can't believe you actually got me. And Neo's always trying to do these ridiculous pranks. Usually I can see him from a mile away.
Well.
But messing around with great pastries? That's some risky business. You should be proud. I'm not easily pranked.
At least he takes it well.
That was perfect. I couldn't picture it going any better. He totally thought you were a delivery person.
Well, you're welcome, Leo.
This one will go down in family history. You should look into doing this for a living. I don't have much to give you, but seeing my brother eat a grape pastry was just priceless.
I can still taste that grape filling. Repulsive.
Alright. Well, I'm glad you two had your fun. Oh, here's another guy standing over here. Wonder who he is.
Hi there.
He's the sheriff. Report.
Afraid that's not really something we'd normally do anything about.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, but you know, I told the tip person I'd do it. He doesn't have anything yet. See you! Alright, so we've completed 2 of that. What time is it? We've still got a little bit of time left. 6 o'clock. And we've got a little market here, and we have some boards here at the market. And we've got this guy standing here. We're surrounded by paintings. Probably he's the artist person. Somebody standing here. Oh, there's music! And somebody is sitting here with books. Alright. Some fabric.
Get your news here. Get your news here.
Received a Shotgun Post tea season.
Did you pick up a paper?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Would you like to donate a glowstone to the Shadian Post so we can keep the paper free without ads and unmotivated by pop news and tabloid journalism?
Sure.
Thank you for your contribution.
You're welcome. So what?
Did you pick up a paper?
Yeah.
Looks like you already. Would you like to donate a glowstone to the Shadian Post?
Sorry.
No problem.
Alright. So, the Shadian Post is tea season. The tea season blooms on the island. Reported by Esther Clearwell. Thick with the scent of budding herbs and brewing teas can only mean one thing. The season for wild crafting has finally arrived. Herbal flowers and tea leaves are coming into bloom, and East Shadians, young and old, are eager to fill their baskets with these finest cuttings. Thanks to the shared fields law, all these delicious plants are free for the plucking. While locals are well aware, and very secretive about, the best collection areas, tourists are encouraged to explore the land and collect what they find. Be forewarned, the herb black thistle remains an endangered species and should not be collected under any circumstances. Happy harvesting! Yes, do not collect the black thistle. So we've got some sort of potter. There's a guy with a bicycle. Bicycle!
Hi there. I mainly work in furniture, but by the looks of your pack, I doubt you're interested in buying a table or chair.
No, I wouldn't. Eh?
Not to worry, though. I've got just the thing. How'd you like to buy a handcrafted wooden bike?
No thank you. Okay. So you can buy a bicycle if you like, but you don't have to. And this is...
What can I brew you up?
This guy makes tea. Browse goods. Mountain Torch heat and meadow spice mead. So sometimes called walker's tea, the mountain wort elevates the heart and spirit, and hiker's spirit makes the miles fly by. Yes. Oh, there's a sheep. Sheep! And some chickens! I always like chickens. Alright. So, it's getting a little late. I thought that we can go back to the tarnished teapot, but I'm not... There might be something... What time is it? Oh shoot! It's 6:58! We might miss the show! Run! Maybe we won't miss the show. Maybe the show will still be happening. Is that a black one? Yeah, that's another black chicken. So let's go to the tarnished teapot before it gets too cold out. Got the torches. So here we are at the tarnished teapot, and some. Go upstairs before we talk to this guy and explore. So there's the pauper and the ugg, 7 o'clock at the tarnished teapot. Well, hopefully we aren't too late.
Gather round.
Oh!
Come here, tale of trickery and wit.
Yay! We can...
There was once a witch who lived in a tiny hut at the edge of a swamp. She was skilled in the healing arts and could cure nearly any ailment. Though she had many visitors, her truest companions were a cluster of spiders living under her table. One day, a man ambled up the path and knocked upon her door. "You must be the wise witch Flera, curer of all ills." He looked around the hut with a sneer. "People cross the world for your cures, and yet you live in this terrible shack. Surely folks pay dearly for the chance to continue breathing." But Flera was not one for glowstones, and she quite liked her home. She only stiffened and asked what his ailment was. So he told her of the terrible pains and aches he suffered, horrible scratching in his toenails, in each strand of hair, and in his tear ducts. It was a torture like none other. But he'd heard of the cure, only to be found in the swamp near her home. The only way to ease his pain? The heart root. Well, in all her years of saving lives, Flera had never heard of such a route. But the bog wasn't so treacherous, and she had gone in many times for lesser cures. So she agreed to find the heart root, and the man agreed to wait in her hut. Flera trudged through the swamp, thick with slime and the stinking air heavy with rot. When she came to a clearing of black clay, she thrust her hands into the wet muck, but alas, nothing. She dug for hours, her back aching and fingernails packed with mud. Finally, just as twilight fell to darkness, she found it. A spiraled green tuber, pulsing and glowing like a star. She lifted the root, heavy with swamp water, and slid it into her bag. Not a moment later, something rustled in the shadows. A tiny silhouette showed itself beside her.
"You have stolen from me! That root is not yours to take!"
It hissed. The witch could just make out the sight of a moss elf, staring up at her in fury. She told him of the ailing man and the power of the strange root, but the moss elf only grew more angry and stamped his feet in the swampy muck.
"It's a root of poison and destruction!"
he screeched.
"It cannot heal anything! I curse you! I curse you to remain in this bog forever!"
And he snatched the root from her bag before darting back into the night. Flera's path melted away, replaced by a ring of identical tree trunks, branches crisscrossing, weaving a cage around her. Roots churned under her feet, and a bone-chilling mist draped itself over the bog. Flera sat down on a tree trunk and got to thinking, wondering about the man who had sent her in hunt of the root. Had he known the truth? Had he wanted to use it for evil? No way to tell, so she set to trying to remember if anyone had ever broken a moss elf curse. Just then she felt a tickling down her arm and her leg. She fought the urge to swipe, and if it wasn't her own spiders, they brought terrible news. The supposedly ailing man had taken over Flera's hut, demanding riches and luxuries from the ill in exchange for false medicines. He'd thrown out her furniture and dumped the spiders into the rain, threatening to stomp them if they snuck back in. Now, it is often forgotten that spiders know an awful lot about a lot of things. With so many eyes and a knack for spinning tales, it's a natural skill. They knew exactly how to break a moss elf curse and set to spinning huge lacy webs, making a cocoon of the forest. They hummed softly, and when Flera cut through the silk, she was at the edge of the bog, her hut just up ahead. Labourers surrounded her home, painting and scraping, her precious herbs crushed beneath their feet. She peered through the window, and there was the man sitting upon a throne, and beside him a large pile of jewels and glowstones. Flara burst through the door, and he jumped halfway to the sun. You've taken too much! There are hundreds of jewels before me, and not a one do you deserve! You haven't enough hands to even carry these riches, you snake! Now the spiders thought this was quite a funny idea, so they hummed again, and the man sprouted hundreds of hands, and his body grew long and snake-like. He shrunk smaller and smaller before slinking under the door and out into the bog. And so, you've now heard the tale of how centipedes came to be.
Well, it wasn't the elk and the prince, but it was still very entertaining. So yes, you can come here to the tarnished teapot and listen to her tell the tale of the centipedes every single night. Yes, which is really kind of cool, and you get a little inspiration. And there's this thing up here, and I'm not entirely sure what it is, but, you know, you can interact with it and move the little balls around, but I can't figure out what it does. It doesn't seem to do anything else. And there's a candle up here at night, if you want to get your thieving candle ways. Right. So I'm going to go get a room, and I think we're going to call this a night, or a let's play. We've had enough. And we will continue to explore Nava next time. So let's get a room.
Welcome to the inn below the tarnished teapot.
Is that what this place is called?
Correct.
It doesn't have a name?
That is the name. We once had another name, but everyone just called us that inn below the tarnished teapot. I don't really blame 'em. This place is a bit of a dump. The manager has really let it go.
Who's the manager?
Me.
You let it go? Why is it so
It's
dumpy?
cold and damp, tiny windows. Smells a little stale. At least the front door's nice and big. That's a plus, I suppose.
Why don't you...
Sounds hard.
Alright, pick a topic, Nava.
I used to live on the mainland years ago. Working as a bricklayer was terrible. Hated every minute. Then my grandma died, bless her soul, and left me a son. Quit my job that day and got the first ship here. For no reason in particular. Just wanted to leave. Bought this dumpy floor for dirt cheap. Didn't really know what I was doing. Now this city's a boom town, and I'm living off the reverse mortgage. Just goes to show, act impulsively, and sometimes you get rich. That's what I've learned anyway. Oh, and have some inheritance.
Alrighty. I'll take a
You
room.
sure? We have rats.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you really want, first door on your left.
Alright.
Oh.
You're quite the salesman here. But, you know, I don't know why he's so down about this place. Sure, he hasn't done much to fix it up, I'm sure, but it's really not that, you know, it seems solidly built with some nice blue walls, probably some indigo paint there, or lapis lazuli paint, or whatever, and, you know, solid wood floors, so it's not really much, you know, he probably didn't have to do much. Alright, let's see. So here we are, first door on the left. Thank you for joining me on our exploration, getting to Nava. Take care of yourselves. Bless stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.